สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Hot Thai Kitchen. So the holiday season is coming up, and right around this time of year, many people will ask me, what can I do to add a little bit of like a Thai flavor to the holiday table, right? Now, I know that there's always a bit of a struggle between keeping things traditional and keep introducing something new and interesting for like your Christmas party. So this recipe actually works really well because we are using a very traditional vegetable, Brussels sprouts, and we're gonna do them Thai style. Definitely a flavor nobody will have had before. This is something my friend actually made for Thanksgiving, and I had it and I thought it was a brilliant idea. It worked out really well. The flavors work so well together. So I wanted to share it with you. So let's get started. So I've got some Brussels sprouts here, which I have cut in half. And by the way, Brussels sprouts in Thai, I just discovered, is called galam dao. It's not something I ever had in Thailand. It's very hard to find in Thailand, but people are starting to grow them now. So there is a name, and galam dao sort of means star cabbage. I don't know why star, but here we go. And I always like to pick smaller ones if possible. They are better tasting. They're not as bitter. So if possible, don't get the huge, massive ones, okay? So we're just gonna leave that for now. Let's make the Thai part of this recipe, and that is the dressing. In my handy dandy mortar and pestle, my favorite tool in the kitchen, I'm going to add garlic, Thai chilies, and cilantro stems, which I've chopped up. The leaves I did save, so don't throw away the leaves. We'll use that in the end. I'm going to make a spicy garlic paste. All right, so once you've got sort of a rough paste, now I'm going to add some palm sugar. Nice palm sugar. I'm going to pound that down to help it melt. If you don't have palm sugar, I think if you use maple syrup for this recipe would work really well. People put maple syrup on Brussels sprouts in Canada all the time. It's a flavor that works, so try that out. Okay, so once most of the sugar is dissolved, no more big chunks, I'm gonna go in with fish sauce. And yes, now is the time to bring out your best quality fish sauce that you have. And if you wanna know all about that, I'll link to my Fish Sauce 101 video. Lime juice. So, for some of you savvy Thai food connoisseurs, you might start to recognize this as being very similar to the classic Thai salad dressing for general salads. It's just something that works so well. One thing I will add into the dressing is actually some shallots, some thinly sliced shallots. And I'm gonna add it now. And I let the shallots sit in the dressing for a while we prep the Brussels sprouts. And while it sits in there, it sort of makes it a little less pungent. The flavor of the shallot sort of infused into the dressing. It just becomes a more cohesive dressing rather than just throwing raw shallots in at the end. So give that a quick stir. And just so you can see better. There we go. Oh, that looks good. It smells so Thai, I'm telling you. And that's it. Let's make the Brussels. So it is very, very simple. The best way I like to do my Brussels sprouts is to actually just pan fry them, because that gives me a Brussels sprout that is cooked but still al dente in the middle. I don't like mushy Brussels sprouts, so pan frying I think just gets me that perfect texture. One thing is you do not want to be stingy with oil. You want to get a nice coating in the pan, because if you're stingy with oil, your Brussels sprouts won't brown as nicely. Make sure they're really, really dry before you do this because, yeah, it splatters. So I'm going to add these in. And I'm going to try my best to flip them all face down. If you've got really huge ones, by the way, cut them in quarters. Yes, I know, they're dancing. It's like they're alive. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Just a tiny little pinch of salt just to get the seasoning in. Oh, now I have to redo all my flipping all over again. Anyway, and one mistaked. Oh, the little ones are so cute. Just gonna add a little bit more oil. In terms of doneness, you can really take this as far or as not far as your preference, okay? If you like it a little more tender, keep the heat on the lower side so they have more time in the pan. So I'm getting some charring on some of these now. Yeah, that's it. You want like a nice dark brown on these. Give it a quick toss and then go and flip all the ones that did not flip. Yes, beautiful. If you want at this point, so I'm going to turn off my heat now because I know that that's about where I want them to be doneness-wise. But if you're not sure, just take a fork and poke one of the bigger ones and just see, you know, is this the kind of al dente that I like? Do I want it a little more cooked? And I'm going to transfer these now into my bowl. And as they sit in this bowl, they'll sort of steam a little bit more and they'll cook a little bit further. So keep that in mind as well. How easy is that? You don't need the oven for anything because, you know, for Christmas, your oven's probably full of stuff. So a stovetop side dish is definitely a good idea. All right, this is the easiest thing ever. So the dressing goes in. Give that a toss. Oh, smells good. And you can do this part way in advance because Brussels sprouts is one of those vegetables that actually serves well at room temperature. So you can let this sit. It'll actually give it some time to absorb the dressing better. What you don't want to add in advance is some cilantro leaves, which we saved. You can do green onions, you can do something else, you can throw in bacon bits. Bacon seems to be a popular thing for Brussels sprouts. You can definitely add that in. When it comes to serving, I like to serve this on not a bowl like a deep bowl, but a plate, because otherwise I find that the dressing gets all pooled at the bottom of the deep bowl and then the top pieces get nothing and the bottom piece just sitting soaking in dressing. So something flat with a little bit of depth will work out better. Whew, look at that. And it looks more festive than your regular plain old Brussels sprouts. Oh, look at this cute one. So cute. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Very nice. And now, I always love textural variety in a dish, so I think something crunchy is important. I'm going to do roasted peanuts on top. You can do cashews. If you've got nut allergies, you can do sunflower seeds or some other kinds of seeds, or again, crispy bacon bits can go on top as well. And ta-da! There you go. Super easy, super simple, bright flavors, looks great, and very different. Now, let's see how it tastes. Let's see. A little one. I like little Brussels sprouts. There you go. I want some shallots in there too. It smells so Thai. Like I keep saying it because that's true. These are Brussels sprouts like you've never had before. You've got that robust flavor of the sprouts and that char smokiness, but the bright, really, you know, light citrusy from the lime, and it's spicy. It's got a garlicky kick, crunchy from the peanuts. Promise you, you put this on the table and people are gonna look at Brussels sprouts in a whole new way. And by the way, for our Patreon supporters who have access to the show after the show, today I'm gonna give you some more ideas of how you can do Brussels sprouts Thai style and also talk a little bit about nutritional value of Brussels sprouts. So if you're wondering about Patreon, what that is all about, the link is in the description below. You can check it out. And that is it. The recipe, as always, will be on hotthaikitchen.com. And when you make it, send me a photo. Send me a photo of whatever you're cooking for the holiday season. I would love to see anyway on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. If you haven't subscribed to the show, make sure you do so you don't miss an episode, and click the bell icon as well so you get a notification when I post a new video. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time for your next delicious Thai meal.